So I just watched the clip on Newsmax of Kamala Harris's campaign wanting to change the rules of the debate for September 10th with Donald J. Trump. No, no, no. The rules that she wants to set is she wants to be able to have a sit-down debate, wants to read off notes, and then she wants to have an opening statement. That is not how the prior rules went, and that is not what normal presidential and vice presidential debates go. You either come off the dome or don't come at all. Why do we have to set new rules for these Democrats? These are weak, dysfunctional, soft Democrats. All they want to do is cheat, 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 cheat. If she cannot come off the dome and have a regular conversation on a debate with Donald J. Trump, then how in the world she's going to be able to have a conversation with ABC, NBC, CNN, and Fox? How is she going to be able to have a conversation with Putin and Kim Jong-un and President Xi of China?
What's going on, guys? We're going to talk about Kamala Harris being locked in, okay? ABC has denied Kamala Harris the ability to change the rules, okay? So she wanted to change the rules and have notes. She wanted to be sitting down so that Donald Trump, he's like, I don't know, 6'3" or 4 or something. So she didn't want Trump to be towering over her during the debates. She wanted to be comfortable in a chair, and she wanted to have notes so she could just look at her notes the whole time, just like, let me see, Project 2025, J6, Dictator on Day 1. That's what Kamala Harris wanted. But Teflon Don, being smart, said, no, no, no. You guys basically tried to force the debate that I had planned with Joe Biden. You tried to force that debate onto me with Kamala Harris instead, saying, oh, we agreed. We previously agreed over and over again. And now all of a sudden you try to hit the Uno reverse and just go back to try to change it to an open debate format where both mics are live and hot and there's notes and all kinds of just ridiculous stuff. This is one of the most stupidest, most ridiculous things ever. And the Kamala Harris campaign only has themselves to blame because they're the ones who acted like middle schoolers here, like, oh, he's scared, he want to say it to my face, and all of this other ridiculous stuff that she's doing, totally juvenile. It's like they're trying to capitulate to, I guess they see Kamala Harris as like a young woman. I mean, she's like 60. I mean, that's not exactly what most people would refer to as young, but they're trying to act like she's some sort of young and hip and like black woman, but she's obviously not. She cannot hold her own. She's having this softball interview today, and she's having this debate that obviously she's struggling with in practice mode. And they're saying, God, we got to change the rules or something because you're going to get smoked by Teflon Don. You're going to get destroyed. They're afraid. Megyn Kelly even roasted her about this on her show the other day.
And according to Team Trump, she's also saying, and I want it to be a sit down at a desk situation, and I want notes, and I want to be able to do opening statements. And the press is running out saying, that's the norm, which it is. They're right. Until the Democrats changed the norm. And Trump said, fine, I'll do it your way. And Trump did very well with that situation and realized, I'm sure, hey, this works pretty well for me. The media running cover now saying Trump is the one who's trying to change the rules, and Trump has to answer for this whole mic's open thing or not. It would be a horrible debate. Can you imagine when he's like, you are terrible border czar, and she's like, stand by. Hold on.
Yes.
I was never the border czar. I was addressing root causes. I mean, by the way, on that front, it's so absurd, Victor, because, okay, let's go with that. You had the limited role of addressing root causes of immigration. How'd that go? How'd that work out? Because we have record illegal immigration. So clearly you did not solve the desire from these countries for their people to migrate to America, which was, by your own admission, your job.
Now, I got this New York Post article here. I'm going to briefly review some of it. It says ABC News has declined to adopt Vice President Kamala Harris' request to have wholly unmuted microphones during the September 10th debate with former President Donald Trump, after days of wrangling over what Republicans viewed as Democrats' attempts to lay a trap for the GOP nominee. Not just that, I mean, the goal for the Harris campaign is one of two things. One, either have a debate that's wholly in Kamala Harris's favor, because they're trying to trap Trump somehow or some way, because they're basically trying to cheat in this election, including by rigging the debates in Kamala Harris's favor, or two, backing out of the debates entirely, which at this point, I'm calling it right now, is a possibility. They cannot risk Kamala Harris getting exposed. You saw what happened with Sleepy Joe. He debated. His ass was out of there. He got his throat slit. Okay, he was done. Donald Trump hit him with the guillotine. Freaking whole head fell off. Okay, this guy got cooked in a pot. It was brutal. It was a knockout blow to Joe Biden, even the rest of the radical left, the donors, even Nancy Pelosi pulled out on Sleepy Joe. They all abandoned Sleepy Joe. Even Obama abandoned Joe. And this was this man's right hand for 8 years. Kamala Harris doesn't want to suffer that same fate. That's why they're so desperate. They're like, please don't expose Kamala, please. But no, Teflon Don will be exposing Kamala Harris. Okay, she will be exposed. Let's keep going here. A network email reviewed by the Post lays out similar rules as those for Trump's June 27th debate, where he dealt the knockout blow against Sleepy Joe Biden, including having no audience, no pre-written notes or props, and muted mics when a candidate is not speaking. Funny how they wanted all of this stuff to benefit Sleepy Joe. Trump agreed to it and still kicked Joe Biden's ass. Now with Kamala Harris, they're trying to switch it up to give her an advantage, but they're locked in because they forced Trump to lock it in. He offered 3 debates. You could have negotiated the terms of those, but you were foolish. You acted like a little kid, acted like a little middle schooler, tried to rig the debates in your favor, and now you're stuck and Trump's gonna cook you. Continuing here, Trump and Harris will be standing on stage and will only be allowed to have a pen, a pad of paper, and a bottle of water. Very bare bones, and I can assure you Trump is not going to use any of that, be it the water, the pen, the paper. He ain't going to use none of it. The Republican campaign had insisted the debate set to be held in Philadelphia's National Constitution Center follow the same rules as the June showdown with Biden, which is fair. They locked him into the debate. Kamala refuses any other debates. However, Harris's team claimed Monday that they wanted both candidates to have hot mics on for the entire 90-minute forum. A top Trump ally said NBC News had informed both candidates in writing last week that it would employ the CNN rules, end quote, and both had confirmed September 10th was a go, okay? At this point, Team Harris is going to be taking an L when they finally accept, as the debate rules aren't changing, or they'll take an even bigger L if they back out of the debate because Donna Bash of CNN interview goes poorly, the person said. So here's the thing, guys. This is what I think, because this sounds like Kamala's camp has agreed, but they're not agreeing to go with the same format. It's kind of like up in the air, but as it currently stands, it sounds like Trump camp has agreed, Kamala Wall's camp has agreed previously. Now, since they want the rule change, we don't know if they're going to proceed since ABC has denied the rule change.
Blake, I'll start with you. There is this growing uncertainty on whether Trump and Harris will actually debate next month. We heard that little bit of sound there from the former president earlier this morning. Malik, do you think it happens?
It's up in the air now. Donald Trump has always been much more willing to debate than Kamala Harris. The June debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, all of the terms of the debate were to benefit not Donald Trump, but to benefit Joe Biden. So now the Harris campaign, I think that they believe they're seeing a more disciplined Donald Trump. So the concern is over mics. I believe that Donald Trump should stick to his guns. The same terms as the first debate. I'm not even a fan of the big rally style debate format where they're going to be in front of an audience, but I think he should stick to the terms of the debate. The mic should not be off, and Kamala Harris shouldn't have a problem.
Senior Trump advisor Jason Miller, he seems to believe that this is because Kamala Harris wants to find a way to distract Trump, or maybe if she gets stuck somewhere, maybe Trump jumps in and kind of covers for her. Like, when she has like long and awkward pauses or starts to ramble, or they want Trump to possibly get out of control and give Kamala Harris some more viral moments that they could use to spend all these billions of dollars that they could, well, you know, about $1 billion that they collected on campaign advertisements, making Kamala look like some sort of superwoman and Trump look like some sort of white supremacist bully or something ridiculous. But you can't distract from the millions of illegals. You can't distract from the Afghanistan withdrawal and how poorly that went. Take a look.
I want to clear up some of the information that's being tossed out about this muted microphone situation. You heard it right there from the Harris campaign. They're saying Trump can't control himself. Weren't the rules already set that this would be the same as Biden, and now they're just trying to change it up?
Yeah, and Bianca, we know President Trump is fearless. He's out there debating and taking tough questions every single day. He's done the big press conferences. He's done the big sit-downs. And it's now 36 days in, and Kamala Harris has not done a single interview or press conference. But let's just back up real quick here on the debate. So the Democrats wrote the rules for the CNN debate, and we saw what happened. President Trump knocked out Joe Biden. And then the Democrats wanted the exact same rules, the CNN rules, to be applied to the ABC debate. Both camps accepted. And then now, and I think this is probably just a shameless attempt, either A, to try to clutter the news today because it's the 3rd anniversary of the botched Afghanistan withdrawal, or I think Kamala Harris might be looking for an off-ramp. But here's the thing. President Trump is fearless. He said just a few moments ago that he would be open to doing it with open mics. But the issue is the rules were agreed to, and now they want to change them. And when you look at ABC, they're just such a biased network. I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see insofar as the microphones, but not we'll see as far as Donald Trump showing up, because they're trying to say that he's trying to find a way out. And you're saying absolutely that is not the case.
No, I think Kamala Harris is trying to find a way out. I think that's what the reality of the situation is. And because, Bianca, here's an important thing. They've started their debate prep already, and I think they're probably looking at the answers that she's giving and realizing that she's not ready to go toe-to-toe with President Trump. She can't stand on that debate stage and answer something as basic as, why did you let 20 million illegals into the country? What have you done that actually deserves a promotion to the next level?
He just made a really big decision. Afghanistan.
Yes.
Were you the last person in the room?
Yes.
And you feel comfortable?
I do. And I'm going to add to that. This is a president who has an extraordinary amount of courage.
The fact that she is making stuff up to try to distract from the fact that she doesn't want to do true interviews where she's by herself. She can't debate Teflon Don, which is why she's trying to change the rules last minute. She's trying to back out of the debate with Trump. Like, the whole strategy for Kamala Harris is just no talking, don't mess this up, don't expose yourself, don't end up like Joe. And guys, it's just not gonna work. Like, eventually she's gonna get exposed. She's not gonna get away with not doing no debates. I would be surprised if she doesn't try to back out of this debate. Because honestly, when you really think about it, it might be her best strategy. Like, you know what? No debates. We're going to let Tim Walz debate. We're going to say Trump, I'm not debating a felon. Like, if he's a felon, I don't have to debate him. You know, she's probably going to make something up. It might be in her best interest. I'm hoping that she doesn't, because obviously when she debates, she's going to get exposed. If Joe Biden didn't debate, he would still be here. It would still be Trump versus Biden. So saying he's scared and having the pressure to debate may not be enough of a reason to debate, right? And the same thing goes for Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris might make a calculated decision and say, you know what? Maybe we shouldn't just do this debate because we riding high on the Kamala vibes and joy wave, right? We riding high on vibes and joy because she doesn't want to get that knockout blow from Teflon Don, just like her boss, Sleepy Joe. She doesn't want to get hit, okay? She doesn't want to get that final blow to her career because she knows if that happens on that debate stage, if she gets smoked in this debate, I'm telling you right now, it's over, and everybody knows it. She knows it, so they're probably scrambling in the background. What are we going to do? Donald Trump never loses debates. Like, this guy's crazy. He's good at everything. Kamala Harris isn't as smart as him. She can't talk as good as him. She doesn't have her points memorized. She needs notes. It's just not going to work. And I'm glad ABC, even though they're fake news, I'm glad that they stuck to it too. I'm kind of surprised that they wasn't kind of capping for the Kamala team. They're probably trying to look, just probably not trying to look too biased here. So I'll give them credit for that. Kamala Harris, you already know, probably got the questions ahead of time. It's not going to matter if she has the questions because she's not going to have answers for millions of illegals, Afghanistan withdrawal, extremely high prices. These are horrendous things. Fentanyl everywhere, people literally dying in America, all over the place. She doesn't have answers for this stuff. Like, she never talks about any of this stuff already. She just talks about Project 2025 and dictator and democracy. That's all she says. So we already know she has no valid talking points. You saw that. Joe Biden didn't have them. Kamala doesn't have them. She's gonna get cooked, and I cannot wait. But let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Everyday prices are too high. Food, rent, gas, back to school clothes. That is called Bidenomics.